Ahoy matey, I am taking you on a private yacht tour today in the Norwegian fjords here on my Jupiter moon parent. Before we get started with today's video, make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Cosmic Compass, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. I'm going to be taking you on a little tour today on this private yacht, and we're going to be talking a little bit about environment, location, and the power of astrocartography, and also just some tips for you. I love to show you the beautiful scenic voyages and tours that I go on across the world, along with talking about astrology and astrocartography. So without further ado, let's get started with our adventure. Come on! So I want to talk about the power of place and why environment is everything. Environment plays a role in your life, in your happiness, in your energy. Even if it's as simple as changing your commute, as simple as changing where you work that day, going to a coffee shop, going to a certain neighborhood in your town, going to a particular area of your city. Even if it's changing things up slightly in a micro level, when you put yourself in an environment that inspires you, excites you, makes you feel alive, you feel more alive, inspired, motivated, encouraged to show up and live your life to the fullest. And I know for me, there have been places in my life on a micro level, like neighborhood, local places, as well as a macro level, like moving to a different city, town, country, that it's drastically affected how I see my life, my energy levels, my optimism, my focus, my perspective, and then my energy that I emit impacts my action. And when I take action, that impacts the results. There's this whole idea, I think Abraham Hicks talks about it, that's all about, alignment before action. So get into an aligned state or a connected, feel good, happy, innately joyful place before taking action so that you can get the best results for things in your life. And this is something that I do every single day, is I get into an aligned place first, and then I take action accordingly. So I don't post on Instagram, I don't post on YouTube, I don't make content, I don't teach, I don't send an email unless I first get into a state of alignment, which is a feel good, I'm feeling alive, I'm feeling available, I'm feeling like I have a lot to give, that generous, energetic state of giving from overflow. The Ace of Cups tarot card. When you have so much to give, it overflows, and then you support everyone else around you in your life. And so for me, it's always my job as a leader to get into alignment before taking action. And so if you're a fellow leader, a fellow astrologer, spiritual thought leader, teacher, it is so important that you get into alignment, feel good place before taking action in your life. So if that means getting a cup of hot chocolate or going to your favorite library in town, going to the favorite coffee shop, reading your favorite book, listening to a podcast of someone that lightens you up and makes you feel good, calling your friend on the phone, dancing, doing EFT tapping, shopping, whatever it is that you like to do, get into alignment first and then take action. But then the second piece of this is put yourself in an environment, a location that supports your well-being, that makes you, helps you shift your perspective, your energy, how you see the world, so that you can feel better when you take action and the results can be 10 times better. Your environment plays a massive role in your life. It is so important that you put yourself in a part of the world that supports you, that makes you feel like you are supported by the universe. And astrocartography is a huge component of this. Your relocation chart is going to show you this. The local space lines, the parents, the aspect lines, right? All of these little details that we can see using astrocartography mapping and locational astrology can show us our energy and how we feel in a location. So as an example, right now I am here on a yacht. I'm on a private yacht here in Norway in the fjords in Stavanger on my Jupiter moon parent. Oh my God, I see a rainbow. Talk about Jupiter moon, check this out. And the Jupiter moon pairing in astrocartography, I call it the Disney princess or like Disney magic line. Pixie dust, hope, faith, optimism, generosity, feeling just high on life, feeling lucky. A lot of my clients will describe to me being on the Jupiter moon pairing latitude as like they felt very lucky in that location. And every time I've been to a Jupiter moon, it's absolutely been the case. My husband has a Jupiter moon pairing in Copenhagen. He loves Copenhagen. We were just there for a week during the heat wave. Might be moving there because I can't deal with the heat in France anymore. And climate change is going to get worse over time. But the Jupiter moon is magical. It is absolutely one of the best pairings, one of the best latitudes to be on in the world. And I've been here to Stavanger here in Norway 3 times. And every time I've been to Stavanger here in Norway, I love it. I feel so good here. I'm so happy, optimistic, confidence, just feeling like high on life, I can do anything. And I felt that way when we got here, and I've been feeling so good. And then I pulled up my map, bing, Jupiter moon pairing. Of course I do. Got some great aspects there too, some nice sextiles. So it's like looking at the aspects, looking at the parents, right? Relocation chart doesn't change that much from where I live in France. I'm west of the Venus IC line, super close to that Venus IC line. So what do you think, babe? Should we get a house in Norway?
Maybe.
Should we move? Should we get a house?
I think if we got a house in Norway by the water, it'd be more of a vacation house than like a permanent house.
The major question to ask ourselves is, where do we want to be during the war years? Because there's going to be a global war. So do we want to live in Copenhagen and Denmark, or do we want to live in Norway? We're sure as hell not living in France. Absolutely not living in France during the war years. Absolutely not. Not with that Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Aries. Absolutely not. On the geodetic map, absolutely not.
Oh.
So the option is Norway or Denmark.
Oh.
What are you leaning towards?
I feel like Denmark makes more sense. I feel like rain and snow on hills where it's impractical, the bends and turns in Norway would be a bit impractical, whereas Copenhagen is just flat, easy to get.
Oslo is an option, or Bergen.
But I don't know about those.
Yeah, we have to visit first.
I imagine they're not that flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And road trips wouldn't really lead to many places in Norway.
Yeah. All of this to say, environment really matters. And I know there's that whole idea of it doesn't matter where you are, you have your inner voice, your intuition, or like that whole idea of wherever you are or wherever you go, there you are. And I get that quote to an extent. You can make home anywhere in the world. And I'm someone that I can make home anywhere in the world.